Hello everyone. I'm going to do an example of how to find the area of an oblique triangle when we are given two sides and the included angle. So we can use trigonometry to develop a formula to find the area of any triangle when we are given two sides and included angle. What we end up with is the area is equal to 1/2. Then it's the two sides that we know times the sine of the included angle. So in our triangle here, the angle that we know is angle J, and then B and C are going to be the two sides that we have. So the area is equal to 1/2, and then our two sides are interchangeable, so 7 and 10, and then the sine of our angle 108. If we do a little bit of simplifying, we end up with 1/2. 7 and 10 is 70. And then half of 70, so we get 35 times the sine of 108. And if I use my calculator, 35 times the sine of 108, I end up with an area that is about 33.3 square centimeters. Okay. Now, to just justify where this formula comes from, or how we know this works, the height of the triangle here, because this is an obtuse triangle, the height is actually outside. Okay, so if I extend GJ, the height is going to make a right angle with the line that includes this side. So here, this is the height of the triangle. On the inside, I can find this angle because it is just the supplement of 108. So if I do 180 minus the 108, I know that angle in there is 72 degrees. So now with this little right triangle, I can use regular trig to find h. I know the hypotenuse is 7, so the sine of 72 has to be equal to h over 7. And multiplying both sides by 7, our height is equal to 7 times the sine of 72. So now that I know the height, I know the base of the triangle is 10. So the area is equal to 1/2 base times height. So we get 1/2, our base is 10, and then our height we found was 7 times the sine of 72. Now, for the most part, this looks almost exactly the same as the formula we wrote over here. The only difference is, instead of using the sine of 72, we had the sine of 108. However, the sine of 72 and the sine of 108 have the same value. The sine of 72 is the same as the sine of 108. If we think about the unit circle, sine is basically the y value, so these are both positive angles, so they're on the top half of the unit circle, so they have the same value. So this is exactly the same as what we wrote here, and we end up with the area of 33.3. Now, if you ever forget how to set this up, if you don't remember exactly what it is, you can go through this same process we used here. So draw in the right triangle, use the sine to find that height, and then plug in your base, plug in the height you know after using the sine to find the height, and you can get the area that way.